Hello, my name is Andrea. I'm a Human Resource Officer with the United Nations Junior Professional Officer Program.
Hi, my name is Alal Sayari, and I am an Associate Expert working at the Department of Global Communications.
Hi, my name is Gabidien Laumulin, and I'm an Associate Expert in the United Nations Office for Disarmament Affairs.
The JPO program that I would like to introduce to you is a program that has two objectives. The first one is to provide additional resources and capacity to the organization to fulfill its mandate with a particular focus on the Sustainable Development Goals. And the second objective is to provide young professionals with the opportunity to gain hands-on work experience in the UN and to be exposed to multilateralism and international development cooperation. General requirement for all JPO positions is to have a master's degree and a minimum of 2 years of work experience, to be able to work in English and ideally have knowledge of one additional official language. Even though there is no official age limit, several donors are applying an age limit of maximum 32 years. So most of our JPOs are between 29 and 32 when they start their assignment and have a master's degree and a minimum of 2 years of work experience. Since all positions in the JPO program are donor funded, meaning that member states are providing the funds for these positions, candidates who would like to apply for this program are normally nationals of the donor countries that are participating in the program. All the member states that are participating in the program are listed on our website, which you can find the link down below this video. There's also a few donor countries who sponsor candidates from developing countries, for example, the Netherlands and Italy. And the information on how to apply is also on our website because it varies a little bit by donor country. If you are interested in the program, I would recommend to review our website section How to Apply and the section on the particular member state and their national JPO program. But in general, how it works, most donors are advertising the JPO program at national level. Candidates apply at national level, undergo a pre-screening process, and then the United Nations receives a short list of candidates and conducts the final assessment, which are done through competency-based interviews. What you can expect as a JPO is three things. You gain hands-on work experience in an international organization and are exposed to multilateralism and intergovernmental processes. The second thing is you become a fully fledged UN staff member and basically become an international civil servant. And thirdly, your assignment is for minimum period of 2 years to maximum 4 years, during which you can gain valuable skills and competencies for your future career. Typical career development of JPOs post-JPO assignment is actually quite varied. There are, of course, many JPOs who continue their career in the UN system by applying for other regular positions in the system and going through regular selection processes. But there's also JPOs who decide after their JPO to return to their home country. And many of them start working or return to positions in the public sector, in ministries or agencies, or they continue working in an NGO and in the private sector. YPP is an annual exam through which the organization is recruiting new talents to support and with a long-term career path in the organization. While the JPO program is really a learning program that has the objective to provide the opportunity for a short period of 2 years to maximum 4 years to gain hands-on work experience in the organization. In addition to junior professional officer positions, in the framework of this program, we are also offering positions as so-called special assistant to the resident coordinators, which are called SARCs. The SARC positions are at the P3 level. That means that candidates for these positions need to have a master's degree and a minimum of 5 years of work experience. And they are based in the resident coordinator offices across the globe in the field. We are really focusing our recruitment process on relevant work experience, in addition to the requirement of having an academic degree and language skills. But really the most important aspect is to have already a good amount of relevant work experience that the UN can build on.
I joined the UN in May 2019, and before that I was working in a private company in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia.
Prior to joining the UN in April 2019, I worked and lived in the city of Nur Sultan in Kazakhstan, and I worked as a diplomat in Kazakhstan's foreign ministry.
Actually, I haven't heard about the JPO program before applying. But what catched me at that time is that there was an opening, and it was in the UN, and it was related to my field. So I was extremely excited to apply because I've always wanted to work in a place that helped me to serve a good cause.
I heard about the JPO program when a former colleague of mine from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs also became a JPO a year before me. And based on his positive experience and feedback, I also decided to follow the example and try my luck in the application process. When I was preparing my application during the recruitment process, I studied numerous articles and manuals available online on how to properly write cover letters, how to fill in the UN personal profile application. It's very important to fill this application in as much detail as possible. Every little bit counts, so you should not omit any details. I also consulted with some former colleagues who had experience when applying for UN positions and going through the so-called competency-based interview process, which was very helpful to me.
After my master, I didn't stop learning. I took many online courses from Coursera, Udacity, edX, and different other websites. And these websites, or what they call them today, the MOOCs, provide a very flexible way to learn, and they provide high quality education, and it's work-related courses. So yeah, online courses helped me a lot. The most fulfilling for me in this job is that I get to learn more about different kind of people with different kind of expertise, and I get the chance to attend events which have more in-depth and more focus on understanding some topics like education and sustainability and technology.
Most fulfilling about my job, I believe, is the ability to gain new knowledge and new skills every single day of the work. I get constantly exposed to new approaches and new methods from the world's leading experts in the field of nuclear disarmament and non-proliferation. I also work closely on a daily basis with all UN member states delegations from various backgrounds, and I think it's very, very enriching.
My goal is to use data effectively to help solving global challenges, and to advance, to help in the furtherness and advancement of my country and the world.
As for my future prospects, I hope to continue my career in the field of nuclear disarmament, either as a UN officer or as a diplomat in a national capacity.
My advice for young professionals, particularly if you're still studying or you recently graduated from university, is to consider the possibility of doing an internship in the United Nations, or to become a UN volunteer, or pursue the possibility for a consultancy to gain some first-hand work experience that could be a true asset when you're applying for other positions in the organization. Students oftentimes are very much focused on having good grades, which is good. But for the UN recruitment, my observation is that grades are not as important as the relevant work experience that you gain following your studies.
My advice to young professionals is to get the advantage of the open online courses. Today you can learn about any programming language, any software, any new technique just online. Just focus on your field and focus on your major, and don't stop learning, and be prepared for the right opportunity when it comes.
My advice to young professionals would be to study hard and study smart, and don't let the seeming complexity of the UN system discourage you from applying. Every organization always welcomes new gifted professionals, and the UN is not an exception.